How does one shift to love and compassion?
I believe one of the seminal pieces of awareness that will be coming forth is languaging. At the end of the Mayan calendar, I believe we transition from operating from the persona, which means to pump air through your mask, into becoming the heretic, which is, in Latin, means the person who knows that they can choose. So how do you do this? We all have thoughts which are bubbling up in our mind, moment by moment, nanosecond after nanosecond. The question becomes, how do you discern and discriminate between which thoughts are kind, loving, and compassionate of the truth and those which are not, and delusional? In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. God said, let there be light. Right? If you listen honestly to the way 99.98% of people articulate their world, they are articulating the word through fear, lack, and reaction.
Yes.
So if you look at every word is made of letters, right? Every letter has its own specific phonetic sound based on whether it's a consonant or a vowel sound, right?
Yes.
So in essence, every time you say any word, it's like hitting several keys on a piano simultaneously. You're sending out a chord of causation, right? As an example, if you take the word need, do you define the word need closer to the term of abundance or lack? Which would you say?
I would say lack, but it's...
Of course.
Yeah.
If something's closer to lack, is it closer to love or fear?
Fear.
If something's closer to fear, is it closer to responding or reacting?
Reacting.
Of course. So it means that any time you use that word need, in any context, the only possible field of co-creativity that you can construct is out of fear, lack, and reaction. If I give you a tomato seed and you plant it in the ground, is there any way whatsoever that out of that tomato seed you're going to get a palm tree?
No.
That's the reality of how it is you're thinking and you're speaking, because thought is one level of causation. You know this from basic metaphysics. When you speak the word, you're amplifying the field of causation. You're accelerating mass, matter, people, situations, circumstances into form. When you write it down, you're even more, you're concretizing that matter into form, right? So if you take a similar vernacular of should or have to or must, all of these words are based in fear, lack, and reaction.
Yeah.
They're based in the past and the ego mind projects the past into the future, and we only create a future state of lack, reaction, and fear, right? So this is a completely different vernacular than using words of choice and from the moment. I will, I choose, I want, I desire, or you could even say, that's required. See, a yogi would never come to you and say, you need to do that. The yogi would say from this 5-mile perspective, these elements are required in order for you to achieve this.
Yes.
Right. So if, as an example, you could ask me, just make the statement that this card is red. So just make that statement.
This card is red.
No, I agree with you. Now, did you hear that? No. I agree with you. And if you listen to the way 99.98% of people articulate their world, this is what they do. Ask me if I'd like to go to the movies with you.
Would you like to go to the movies?
No, I'd love to do that.
That's a shift, for sure.
It's incongruent. And this is what the ego mind does. The ego mind keeps it trapped in a state of incongruency. That's its job. Now, it's different than say, I would love to go to the movies with you. That's different than say, no, I would love to go. Yes, I'd love to go.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
congruent. Or I could say, no, I don't want to go with you to the movies. That would be congruent also. So the more we use words of, if you look at Joseph Campbell's In the Hero's Journey, the hero leaves the village of conformity to pursue the grail, slay the dragon, whatever it is. There are many tests along the way, right? Until they come to the grand test. And the grand test is the bridge of no return. The real hero will cross the bridge of no return, and then they'll turn to the bridge and they'll burn the bridge down.